Hey, Shout Out Loud users, it's Jaeger Wells here. I'm sure you just watched my interview with Chloe. If not, you should probably check it out after I get done talking at you for a little bit. So, today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite subjects of all time, and it's my local music scene. So, as you guys know, I'm from Houston, Texas, where a lot of people think of Houston as just a place for oil and gas. That's not really nice. There's not a whole lot of culture and art, but I think that's really a really poor perception of it. When I moved here a couple years ago, it it kind of blew my mind at how big of a city it is, and I knew with how big of a city that it was, that there's got to be a lot of cool things going on. And like all great things in life, you really have to search and dig for it. And when I found it, it made me so happy. You get such a great vibe from all the musicians, all the venues. It's a really creative place that you might not think is a very creative place. I think probably people think of Houston music, they only think of like Beyonce or Drake's love of Houston, but there's so much more from that. It spans from great singer songwriters to excellent hip hop artists, some punk rock to some good old fashioned rock and roll, right? So with that, it's one of those things where being in this scene, you don't really have a whole lot of pressure to be the coolest act out there. You're just creating music and getting really good at your craft. And that's why we kind of have this saying here in town. It's FYHA, which stands for FU, Houston's awesome, where we don't do this for anybody else except for us, and kind of pushing our own creative limits as it is. And with that, as an artist, that's really freeing, that you don't have to worry about being cool or sounding like the next top 40 hit, but you really get a chance to, go out on a limb and do what you want to do. With that, talking about that, we have great venues here that really are supportive of those artistic endeavors. Venues like Natsuo or Last Concert Cafe or Numbers, they really, really, are havens of creativity, regardless of what genre you're playing. These people that are putting on these shows and these owners, they love music and they want to see it thrive in a city that's theirs, that they've made theirs. And it really kind of builds a really unique sense of a family that, it's still really big, but, you can always go to these shows and feel like you matter. And that's a really great feeling. I highly recommend anybody to check out any of the bands or venues from Houston if you ever get the chance to come here. We got great bands like Moji, The Last Place You Look, American Fangs, stuff like that. It's certainly it's certainly a place that really means a lot to me and has helped me grow as a singer-songwriter by letting me be confident where I don't have to tell the same old story in my music. I can take these chances and write albums like Fever Dream Anthology. So that's really what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. If you like what you hear, please check out those bands. Also, you need to buy my new EP, Fever Dream Anthology, out November 20th everywhere. So iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. And we got some really cool things coming out in the next couple months. So I hope you keep listening. And if you have any other things you want to talk to me about, you can find me on social media. My Twitter and Instagram are Jaeger Wells. You can find me on Facebook at Jaeger Wells Music. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. All right, bye.
It's so attractive, but I'm so lonely. All my TV gets is scrambled.